Hello folks, this is Tyler or We Should Play here, and we're finally starting the Call of Duty Breakdown series. We're talking about Call of Duty, its roots, where it started, and there are a lot of things in this game, first Call of Duty Classic, that definitely inspired the Call of Duties of today, of the past, and in the future. Not the past of this game, but in many other different Call of Duties. This is where it all started, people. This is where it all started. COD Classic came out in 2003, around 2003, 2002. First Call of Duty. This was before Call of Duty had its mainstream appeal. This is before Call of Duty 4. I think COD 4 was really when this game got a whole bunch of steam. Oh, this is funny. I didn't know which way to go, and then I saw the door, whatever. But yeah, this Call of Duty Classic, it was the game that really started it all. And there are many different mechanics from this game that are still being used or that are going to be used today. You see, here I'm trying to snipe. Sniping in this game is so darn difficult. I didn't even bother sniping for the most part because it's hard to look at how small that scope is. That you have to be a true skilled man to snipe, and I couldn't snipe, as you can tell. I'm gonna switch to sounds here in a bit. I couldn't do it. He's like, yeah, let's switch to this PPSH, the legendary PPSH. Such a great gun, but as you can see there, what I just did was I used Select Fire. That's right. Select Fire was implemented in COD Classic before Black Ops 2? That's right! Before Black Ops 2, there was Select Fire. Black Ops 2 was not the first game to put in Select Fire. I think you get my point. There's so many people that are like, oh, hey, like, this game is so revolutionary, you added all this new stuff, but really, COD Classic this is the root. Like, these early CODs were the root of today's Call of Duties. And you can interpret that whatever way you want. Like, some people use that as negative, like, wow, this series still uses the same engine as in the first Call of Duty. This game never changes. This game is bad. Or some people are like, wow, that's kind of cool. This game sticks to its roots. Perceive it any way you want to, but it's just really interesting to see that in this game that there are things in the first title that are still being used today. And what really kind of gets me irritated is that there's a lot of people, most of the YouTube commentators out there, most of the, like, YouTube, whether it be snipers, pub stompers, like, MLG guys, regular old breakdown people, all the mainstream YouTube commentating crowd, they all start from COD 4. They all start, oh man, we go from COD 4 all the way through Black Ops 2. They don't even care about the first 3 games. That's stupid. These people need to quit fooling themselves and really look at these older Call of Duties. There's nothing wrong with these Call of Duties. Granted, I'm spraying my butt off here with the PPSH, but whatever. There's nothing wrong with the older Call of Duties. A lot of people say out of the 3, COD 3 was the worst, and it was the first attempt of Treyarch making Call of Duty. This is made up by Infinity Ward, COD 2, Infinity Ward, and Call of Duty 3 was Treyarch's edition of their first COD. But the first 3 Call of Duties should not be ignored. I've played through all of them. Just like what Fisticuffs said. Fisticuffs is like a Call of Duty scientist because he's played every Call of Duty for 30 plus hours. He's been in the YouTube game since 2005, 2006. Fisticuffs, I mean, he's more of an extremist when it comes to YouTube things. Like, he is not afraid to voice his mind, say the truth, really diss people, call out people. He doesn't really have to filter, some would say, but for the most part, I agree with most of his claims. And part of those claims is like, these people don't have a clue, and the new games like, wow, this is good, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. And I think before you can judge a game, you have to look back on its history. You can't just go out and say, wow, this new installment sucks. I mean, did you play the previous ones? No. Then your argument's invalid. I mean, if you don't like the concept, that's one thing, but to outright diss a game as bad, to dismiss it as bad, is a completely different thing. If you played the first game, didn't like it, well, maybe the second game might not change your mind. But when it comes to just, like, then COD goes, oh, look at all this new stuff, like in Black Ops 2, look at all this new stuff, I mean, not all of it's new. Now enough of that, time to get on with what made Call of Duty Classic so great, so nostalgic. By the way, I was so glad to get into a multiplayer game. I was searching for like half an hour, found these, just two guys that were sitting in the lobby, one more joined, and bam, we're off. This is free-for-all. Back in the day, free-for-all was called Deathmatch. That guy wanted me to play multiplayer. I was like, no sir, I'm busy. But yeah, back in the day, that was awesome. That was me directly attacking with a grenade. But back in the day, there was just deathmatch, team deathmatch. I think there was search and destroy and headquarters. There were some random game modes that no one was playing, but I just wanted to see. There was like retrieve and behind enemy lines. Those were two game modes I weren't sure. I didn't know what they were about. I think retrieve was like, oh, here, go and get this, or maybe be like get certain points around the map. But I know what behind enemy lines was. But those were like, I don't know, they seemed interesting. But a lot of things from the older Call of Duty series were kind of phased out. I mean, this is World War II era right here, and there's not many World War II games. Oh, I just said World at War II. That was funny. There's not many of those World War II games that really, or after World War II games that implement like that, the old school play style. Also in COD Classic, there was no running. That was also in COD 2, just simple crouch, walking, crouching, prone out. And most importantly, people didn't complain about this game more, which started in Black Ops 2 and a bit of Modern Warfare 3, with people complaining to developers on social media sites. There was no social media sites at this current time. Granted, well, I take that back. There was MySpace, but you weren't gonna hear somebody like at David Wonderhart official or at Infinity Ward official MySpace, fix your shit, because there was no such thing. People just went, they took this game and they ran with it. And for the most part, there's nothing to really complain about. You die a lot, that's just because you face really good people. I was not on the receiving end, as you can obviously tell so far from this video, because I went and dominated this game. But I mean, still, the maps appear to be larger than previous games. Like, it's still Call of Duty, like, has that feel to it map-wise. There's a lot of buildings, which definitely gives off the impression that there's a lot. Like, this map's kind of big. Like, look at all the buildings that are crammed in there. That must be a big map. But definitely it played slower than the original Call of Duty. It played slower than the more recent CODs. It was more held back. And the game, like, Call of Duty now is known for being so fast-paced that people will complain and send death threats to a developer for taking 0.2 seconds off a sniper rifle? I mean, come on, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Snipers, I mean, I'll talk about them later, but I mean, a certain group, a small minority of people think they can run the Call of Duty series. They are wrong. I'm just a player that takes the game and runs with it. Granted, I do complain about a lot of things about the game, but I'm not going to go and tell them. I know they're not going to fix it, so I just got to deal with it. That's what it is. It just is what it is. But, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, so this game was slower. I mean, I think midway through this game, someone left. I think it was the host that, either the host left or someone left. Which is funny, because I was watching, I think Fisticuffs, what went wrong with Call of Duty 2, or what the fuck happened in the COD 2 episode, and right in the middle of the game it said the host has changed. Like, it just literally just changed hosts right then and there. There was no 2-minute-long host migration, which I thought, wow, that is great. That is great. I mean, it's in the more recent CODs where you have to wait. You think it'd be the opposite way around? No. It's the complete opposite. You had to actually wait. Have to wait in the recent Call of Duty. And in the older ones, you didn't interrupt the process of the game. It was great news. And that guy disconnected. He wasn't the host, I know that. He went on later, but that was that game, multiplayer. Now, single player is where my iteration, I'm going to restate this, that there was more implemented in this COD than other CODs. Like, look at these signs. Use grenades to flush out hardpoints. This was before hardpoint was in Call of Duty, and these guys already knew 6 years ago, 6 years before Black Ops 2, hey, maybe you gotta use grenades to throw out hardpoint. Simple Call of Duty stuff, using it today in modes like hardpoint. Move together as a team. Always move from cover to cover. Reload before going into battle. Stuff like that. Just overall, I mean, that suppress the flank. These were tactics that weren't used at the beginning of COD, but now you see these all the time. People like me, I always reload after I kill someone. A lot of people reload after they kill someone. You throw grenades or C4 on the hard point, it clears it out. In Black Ops 2, you move as a team and search. You go from cover to cover. That's more of a Gears of War statement, in my opinion. Wait from cover to cover, but take it or leave it. Move from cover to cover, move from spot to spot, and suppress then flank, throw flash, run around and kill them. This is in a game where none of this was really implemented until the more recent CODs. It's like a like those signs are like soothsayers, like telling you, hey, we're gonna predict how in future CODs how they're gonna play. And that's just the truth. That's what it was. And this was like, this wasn't really, I would say, the original, I know this is sort of like a course run through, but it was really small, but it was definitely stayed true to, where I'd say, more realistic World War II course run through. Like, COD 4's course run through is probably my favorite one. But when it comes down to this was like the most realistic, and I just like said, screw it, I'm not going to go down the elevator. Real life would have probably broke or twisted my ankle, whatever. Now it's the shooting range. In the shooting range, this has done more for me in a Call of Duty. This has helped me out more than any other thing. Like, sure, COD 4 is the only closest one that comes with it. All you hear in Modern Warfare 2 is aim down your sights, aim down your sights, aim down your sights. So this part is really repetitive. This one's very informative. It tells you, like, okay, hit the target 6 times. Yeah. And then it'll say, like, make sure you reload after you shoot. Like, the stuff they said in this was actually important. It helped. If this was in, like, say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, this exact stage course, we might not have as much newbie players. That's what I think, because this was very informative. This helped a lot, and yet I feel like this is in the wrong game. This should be in later COD. But this was made beforehand. I wouldn't mind if this was like copied and pasted onto a new COD. It helps more people out. It helps new players out. This is what new players should be running. New, like, young people, new COD people, whatever. Look what it says. Now, I think it's clear that you sniper aim down the sight. Exactly. This game is making fun of those, like, trick shot snipers and kill feeds and no-scope snipers before YouTube. And look at that. When COD goes in the trailer, it shows someone, like, leaning to the right or left. This game had it first. You think that was a new feature? No. It's been around. People need to seriously stop thinking that COD 4 is like the beginning of the COD series. Actually look at COD Classic. Sure, multiplayer-wise, COD 4 was so revolutionary, it just blasted the other 3 CODs out of the water, but to just completely ignore them, I just don't, it blows my mind. Like, it's almost like mainstream media, YouTube's just in a real shithole. Because people, it's a small thing to complain about in the whole realm of the gaming community, and there's a lot more greater things to complain about. Come on, man. Know your roots. Know the origins of your game. And look at this. This is better than, I think there was another Call of Duty where it's like, throw it into this really large hole. This Call of Duty is different. You actually have to be precise when throwing your grenades in the hole. That ran out of grenades, I had to go pick them up. Look at that. Throw it there. Simple as that. And it was just so, it helped me out a lot. The only thing that sucks is I didn't play the original Call of Duty. My first Call of Duty was World at War on the Wii, and that didn't really help me at all. First Xbox 360 Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2. Started a really shitty time, as you can expect. But yeah, but this would have definitely helped me play better. And look at this. This,
Pick 'em
I
up,
think,
partner.
stood out to me the most.
That's a
This
lot of
is search and destroy.
firepower there.
You plant
Treat
the
it with
bomb
respect.
right there.
That stuff doesn't care what it
I don't see that in
blows
COD
up.
4 Modern Warfare 2. I
Note
don't
that
see you have to
a
plant the
stopwatch has
bomb.
appeared. This will tell
I mean,
you how
that's
much
so
time
helpful.
you have to get your
That
butt
is-
out of there
that is
unless
quite
you
helpful
want
to
it
me.
thrown off.
Wow, this video ended fast. But you get what I'm trying to say. I'm out. I'm Tyler. See you later.